yeah, 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 yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah. Appreciate you, Piz. Or please. Appreciate you, please. Rare Breeze, let me know something in the live chat. Hope all is well, please. Yeah. $25 live stream goal. If we meet it, I stay on 2 hours. If we don't, I don't. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs all at the top of the chat. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You could also do super chat or super sticker, but YouTube take 30% off the top and make me wait 30 days to get it for super chats and super sticker. But I'll take it. It's better than nothing, you know? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah. Rare Breeze, let me know something in the live chat. And so it begins saying, what up?
she went so deep, she went past hell.
All right, we in here. Fair Breeze, let me know something in the live chat. We about to get started. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. I really do, my people, my family. And the question is there any hope for black relationships in America? I would say no. The damage has been done, and I think it's irreversible. All we could do is try to preach to the young ones, preach to the young men, stay away from B-dubs, and try to teach the young women to stay away from every B-dub you know, including your mama. Nah, let me rephrase that. Well, actually, wait, what's up with these glasses that she has on? Is that a nose holder for her glasses? Is that a real thing? Like, what's going on with her glasses? Is that a type of I don't know what to say. Anyway, what advice would I give to a 15-year-old B-dub? I would tell her that she needs to stay away from any B-dub or block out any B-dub if you can't stay away from 'em, who's not talking about family and being a submissive woman and getting with a man and getting married and having kids and letting the man lead. You know, any influence that's not talking about living a righteous life and living a traditional life. I would tell her to get her. I would tell her to cultivate a circle of people who have good morals, good values, and want to live a righteous traditional life. Maybe get involved in the church, but stay away from all the toxic church folk. But anyway, let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today we're going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's get into it.
Jennifer, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I made it to the show.
Uh-oh.
I I've been listening to some of your videos all week. Actually, I've been consuming a lot of your content. So I I think that I am like I could be in a relationship and be good in a relationship. I've actually been told that I am, but I think I'm a commitment phobe at the same time, but I'm not really sure because nothing like that I can think
How
of
old are
scares
you?
me. I'm 39.
Well, yeah, commitment phobe at 39. Oh boy, commitment phobe. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start with this one. You're scared of commitment because what? You're a hoe and you want your freedom to continue being a hoe? Well, honestly, most B dubs are commitment phobes in America because they want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. They don't want the restriction of a relationship, they don't want the responsibility of a relationship, they don't want the discipline, the structure, they don't want to be held accountable. So that's why most B dubs are commitment phobes. She a old so this is basically an old thought. I already just a non-cooperative old thought. But let's see what she's talking about.
I'm 39.
How many children do you have?
None.
You, what do you mean you could be a commitment phobe?
Well, I'm not like when I think about relationships in general, nothing scares me about being in a relationship. I'm just not
Okay.
hard pressed to be in one.
Why? What do you do for a living?
I'm a lead business consultant.
Well, she said she's not hard pressed to be in a relationship. Look, I looked at this earlier, so I'm gonna say this. They don't show a picture of her or anything, but she still has her looks. I could just tell. I mean, black women age slower. She still probably look pretty good. You know, she still can get attention at the club. That's why she's not pressed for a relationship. The problem is these woes don't have the foresight to like consider retirement, the future. Like, you're gonna need someone to help you get through the end of life. And by the time a lot of these woes realize that, it's way too late. But that's why she's not hard pressed, because she could still get attention from men. She could probably still get money from men, trips from men, dates from men, and she has a job, so she could pay her own bills. But they don't realize that you just getting by paying your own bills, um, that's not being successful. That's a big misconception women have. I'm paying my own bills, so I'm strong and independent. Don't need no man, and I'm doing good in life. Just getting by isn't doing good in life. And just because you can get men to take you on dates and take you on trips, and you can pay your own bills, don't mean you're doing good in life. If you're on track to have 2 or 3 million when you retire, that's doing good in life. They're not smart enough to use that metric. Um, but that's why she's not pressed. She's living in la la land. You know, woes feel like, well, my bills paid at the end of the month, so I ain't tripping about nothing.
Not
Hey,
hard pressed to be in one.
why? What do you do for a living?
I'm a lead business consultant
I
in
don't know what that
healthcare.
means. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm in
But
healthcare.
but are the other ones married?
Other ones?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
Okay. So due respect, you don't have to be single to do what you do.
Hell no. No.
So what what do you need to what do you need? I'm curious as to why. I'm
Me
really
too.
curious as to why this is. I'm serious.
Me
I'm really
too.
curious.
Yeah.
She's acting, what is the word I'm looking for? Aloof? I mean, she acting stupid. I'm curious why I don't want to get in a relationship too. I mean, well, no, she's probably being honest, because these woes don't even understand themselves. You know what I mean? But they want men to understand them. Um, well, look, you're ran through. You're masculine. She's not the most masculine black woman we ever heard, but she's masculine. He asked something. Hell no. That's not a feminine response. A loud hell no. So I mean, she just acting goofy and immature. So that's what I'm picking up so far. I'm positive she ran through, because she's 39 and saying she is a commitment phobe. I'm positive she masculine, and I'm positive she goofy and immature. So why would a man even want to be in a relationship with you, even if you weren't a commitment phobe? But let's get into it. Mystic just made a great point. The fact that she's calling into the Kevin Samuels show shows she's lonely. Facts. You know, if she had time to sit around and call Kevin Samuels, yeah, she's pretty lonely. Or maybe the better word would be desperate. If you got to call a YouTube dating show, or not, never mind. If you got to call a YouTube show to try to figure your life out, or help, or you have to call a YouTube show to have Kevin Samuels try to figure you out or figure your life out and figure out why you are the way you are. Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. Some random motherfucker on YouTube.
I'm
Me
really
too.
curious as to why this is. I'm serious.
Me
I'm really
too.
curious
Yeah.
because I
Like,
mean, you say that you're not really pressed to be in one.
right. And I think I kind of want to know why. Because I date. Like, I'm out there. I definitely date.
Why does that not surprise me?
They lay you down, they spray you down, but they don't stay around.
Here we go! Here the fuck we go! Here the fuck we go!
Hoe for show.
Yeah, I remember that girl. She was a hoe. For show.
What you mean to say is all the niggas you up with ain't shit.
Sheila, what up, Live Love? We got the rare Bellas in the house. I'm just gonna hit this because I haven't seen it in a while.
Say they get money, but I can't tell, hoe. Yeah, glow.
You can fuck with me if you wanted to. 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing.
Hey, bitch, I'm a problem. Nobody solving. You can keep hating, I'm popping regardless. Real conceited since first grade. I been that bitch. You got a girl, but it's cool. I ain't gonna say her shit.
You know niggas love bitches with money. You know niggas love bitches with money. You know niggas love bitches with money.
You ain't no fuck with no boss, bitch. I turned you out. When a real one hold you down, babe, you supposed to drink.
Stone sets, I got my own baguettes.
Jealousy, let it go. Results could be tragic. I push the beat, not the backseat girl. I push the beat, not the backseat girl.
The hell was I saying? Okay, I don't know what I'm saying, so let's just start the video.
Kind of want to know why. Because I date. Like, I'm out there. I definitely date. I don't have too many committed relationships. Like, I will go out and date. Like, I'm not scared to do that. I also have a safety net of recycling my exes.
Yep.
Like,
There you
yeah.
go. All right.
Yeah.
So, you live in Houston?
No, I live in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, even worse. All right. So, 39 years old. Obviously, didn't have any kids, so that's out.
I mean, it could be. I always thought like I would be perfect to date someone that already had kids that maybe didn't want
No.
anymore.
I mean, when I say have kids, I mean you biologically having your own.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think I got a few more years left in me, but that doesn't bother me either. Like,
This is that coping mechanism. Just say nothing bothers you. I'm not in a relationship and I really ain't that pressed. Why the hell you calling Kevin Samuels then to figure out why you ain't that pressed? That mean you pressed. Yeah, I'm 39, but I mean, I think I still got a few years, but I really ain't worried about it. Yeah, you are. If you weren't worried about it, you wouldn't have made that comment of, I think I still got a few more years. Somebody who didn't really want kids wouldn't even have said something like that. So just keep in mind as we go over this, every time she say, man, I ain't really worried about it. I ain't really pressed. I ain't tripping like that. It's all cope. It's all cope.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Right.
I mean, I think I got a few more years left in me, but that doesn't bother me either. Like, it really doesn't.
Powdered eggs. I'm just kidding. I mean, seriously though, ma'am. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm just saying it. 30.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna.
This
let
is
the
not
camera keep
true.
rolling.
Though, ma'am. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm just saying it. 39, and we're around the same age.
Mhm.
I'm sure you saw your colleagues and other people going on and getting married and having children and moving on to the next phases in life. And due respect, it sounds
Yeah.
like you're still living life as a 20-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually indifferent. That's kind of the issue and why I wanted to talk to you, because
Did you hear that it sounded like she took that as a compliment? I think she heard that as a compliment, but it's not a compliment. But mentally, she's a 20-year-old, so that's why she took it as a compliment. What up, Ricardo? Like somebody said in the comment section of this video, I think she heard that as you're living like you look like a 20-year-old, so she took it as a compliment. She took that as I look like a 20-year-old. And the reason why she perked up and had some cheer in her voice when he said you living like a 20-year-old is because those are the years that most women idolize for the rest of their lives. It put a sparkle in their eye to even think about back when they was 20. That's what the makeup industry is about, to try to get them to look 20 again, to try to get them to look 18 and 25 again. But look, I'm gonna rewind it. Hear how cheerful she sound after he say, it seemed like you living like a 20-year-old. It wasn't supposed to be a compliment. Oh man, Doug, I don't think anybody's gonna take your throne this stream. So Doug just certified us a 2-hour stream tonight. He sent in $25. He said, toss us something into the collection plate, my bro. Can you put the entire Pete Weber rant into a video? I don't even know what that is, but who do you think you are? I am. Quote would be perfect for your channel. Hold on, let me finish reading that. Yeah, everybody shout out Doug. Hold on, y'all. I gotta finish reading that comment. Paid $25 to have it read. He said, I don't, hold on. We're gonna look it up. I'm gonna play it just for you. I don't know what branch you're talking about, but I'm gonna try to look it up. Also, there's no hope for black relationships. Yeah, I agree. In America. Let me see. It's the bowler. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. That I have in my clip when somebody drops a super chat. Okay. What's his name? Pete Weber rant. Let me see. Let's find it real quick. The Pete Weber rant. Oh, I got this for you. Shout out to Doug.
Thank you for being there, man. Charles.
I run shit. You just live here.
More power to him.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Right on, brother. I hear you. Man, I hear you. My man. City boy! City boy! My nigga.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it!
Another 5. Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
That's good. That's good. Who do you think you are? Yeah, I do have that who do you think you are part on another meme in my stash. But yeah. Let's get it. It's funny. All right. We on for 2 hours. I guess I could shut up about money. Well, what time is it? Well, I don't think I got 3 hours in me. Yeah, who do you think you are? I am. He was hype. Like that don't even make sense, but he was hype. Who do you think you are? I am. That's hilarious. All right. I need the likes up, y'all. I'm feeling disrespected. I'm feeling highly disrespected, my people. Because there's 23 people watching and only 10 likes. Who do you think y'all are for not hitting the like button? I am. I think we're gonna go over that next. If we got time. Well, I guess we are going to have time. We on for 2 hours. All right, let's get through this. Hold on, let me pull it up. Because I'll forget. Let's see. Single by choices.
So,
As a 20-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually indifferent. That's kind of the issue and why I'm
having children and moving on to.
Again, listen to how happy she is when he say you living like a 20-year-old at 40.
The next phases in life, and due respect, it sounds like you're still living life as a 20-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually indifferent. That's kind of the issue and why I wanted to talk to you, because like it's whatever to me. And I don't know why. Like I can appreciate it. Like I can say, oh, that's nice for them. Like I'm not jealous at all.
Right. Have you ever wanted to believe in something, even though you knew it couldn't be true? Did you ever want to believe it so bad you didn't pay attention to what your common sense was telling you?
This whole threat of women, oh, you're gonna grow old and die alone. No, we're not. That's not a threat. We have our friends. We have our sisters with us. Did you ever see the Golden Girls, my dude?
Oh my God.
That's not a cautionary tale. It's a goddamn victory lap.
And that's why I say maybe I could just date someone that already has kids and doesn't want anymore. So my goal in life was never to just like be a mom or be a wife, but I also
what did your
am
dad
open.
say about it?
My dad says like he thinks I just haven't found the right person. But he's my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. Like we have a great relationship. He was always present in my life.
Okay, so
yeah.
Look, her daddy is disappointed. I feel like every father would be disappointed knowing that his daughter is about to be 40 years old, never married, no kids. Because, look, we not stupid, but humans aren't stupid. That's another thing I want to touch on real quick. Like, sometimes I think that woes don't realize that, look, everybody that knows you and everybody in your family know you a hoe. If you haven't brought anybody around in 10 years, the whole world knows you're out here having random sex with guys from the bar and Tinder. You're not tricking anybody. Nobody believes that you're just going to work, coming home, and being a good little girl. Everybody knows you're a hoe. Everybody knows you haven't been in a relationship in 10 years. Nobody thinks you're just going to work, coming home, reading the Bible, watching Netflix, and being by yourself. Especially if you're attractive. Especially if you're walking around in yoga pants and tight pants and boobs showing and stuff. Everybody know what's up with you. You're not tricking anyone. Sheila said, I have no female friends because I cut them off when I got married, as you should have. You see, here's the thing. And it's sad that you have to be that, but yeah, I mean, women are haters. And it's like, let's touch on this real quick. The only type of female friends you should have if you're married, or even if you're in a serious relationship, should be women who are married or in a serious relationship who respect their husbands. Like, you know what type of women I'm talking about. The type of women who would say, well, look at it from his side, sis. Those type of friends. Well, yeah, he was wrong, but I'm sure you did something wrong too in this situation. Those are the type of females you want around you if you want to keep a man around in your life for the rest of your life. The type of women who will advocate for the man sometime too. A balanced woman. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So you don't mind having uncommitted sex?
I don't.
Why does that not surprise me?
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, I heard it.
Are you fucking serious, ho?
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
All right.
Yeah, I don't. But I don't know exactly why. Like nothing
I mean,
really.
that's fine, but here's the thing though. One of the big problems with black women is this whole black don't crack. So many times, oftentimes you guys, you still walk around talking in your late 30s like you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I'm talking to a 40-year-old woman. I feel like I'm talking to a 20-something-year-old.
Hmm. Yeah.
But the thing is, you are 40, and
Yeah.
your body's 40, and your
Yeah.
organs are 40, and you're going to start having 40 and 50-year-old problems. And who's going to help you when daddy's dead?
It's a good question. Okay, Eyes to See 1984. I'm lost. I'm lost. Are you a woman? Eyes to See 1984. I'm very confused by everything you're typing. You're not that intelligent. Okay, who is this person? Reveal yourself, Eyes to See 1984. Please tell me you're a woman. In the comment section, help me figure out who Eyes to See 1984 is. All men smart? Of course not. That's a ridiculous question. Is that a real question? Is that a serious question? That's like the 40-year-old virgin thing. Let me see if I can find it. Oh man. If you don't lose it, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Does anybody else have a question?
I have a question. I think some of the people here might be sexually inexperienced. Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Is that a serious question?
No, it wasn't.
And you're going to start having 40 and
Okay, Eyes to See 1984 says I'm right here. Okay. Who are you? Are you male or female? What's your age? And how did you find this content? That's what I would like to know. I am pretending to be smart right now. No, look, I don't pretend to be smart, but I think I'm smarter than you based on the shit you're typing in my comment section. So, I mean, insulting my intelligence sounding like you're sounding in my comment section is, I don't know. It's hurting your case, is what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, I don't think we're having a conversation about intelligence right now. Or did I call somebody stupid? I don't know. I'm lost. Wait, you use it on transactional walls. All right, I'm done. I'm not acknowledging Eyes to See until they reveal what their gender is.
and your body's 40, and your organs are 40, and you're going to start having 40 and 50-year-old problems. And who's going to help you when daddy's dead?
Right. I'm very spoiled by having my father, for sure. I'm actually spoiled by men in general as well. So like,
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
You won't have a man because a man can't be a man when he's saddled down up to his neck in debt with a dissatisfied woman who don't give a damn. She want more and more and more. Let me tell you something, woman.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
She says she's spoiled by her father, which Ah, my good. All these simp fathers, man, are ruining these chicks. Fathers should be hard on their daughters, hold them accountable, and prepare them for the real world, not spoil them until adulthood. Um, she said she's spoiled by men. So yeah, this is just a old washed up ex sugar baby who still thinks she 20, as we discussed. But she still thinks she got that same 20-year-old leverage, probably because they're simps in her inbox, simps on dates with her, simps who give her money. Simps really do a disservice to women more than anything else. They stunt their growth, they enable them. So she thinks she a hot sugar baby at 39. Talking about men spoil me. Grow the fuck up. Like, you know.
Grow the fuck up. Grow up.
See, this is what I want to touch on. I touched on this recently. If you gonna be a hoe, do it right. If you gonna be a hoe, hoe up for a house, hoe up for a business. These bitches be hoeing up for 5-star meals and hoeing up for a purse. This is why they need peas. This woman needed a good pea in her life. If she wanted to run around and be a sugar baby and extort men, not extort men, but use men for money, level the fuck up. What's the end goal? That's where woes struggle. Working towards an end goal to where you set up at 50. Oh my goodness. I'm spoiled by men, but I'm 40, still got to work a job and probably just living check to check. Spoiled is for a 18 to 24-year-old. Once, like after 25, it's time to level up for a house. Let a nigga spoil you with a new house. Let a nigga spoil you with putting the business in your name. See, they're not smart enough to think that far in the future. Or that's where we talk about smart. They don't have the foresight to think about their own future like that. And that's what they need XYs for.
You when daddy's dead.
Right. I'm very spoiled by having my father for sure. I'm actually spoiled by men in general as well. So, like I said, it's not about whether or not I can get into a relationship.
No. Slow down. Spoiled by
Yeah.
men in general, meaning what?
I mean, I'm around generous men who like to do things for me. Like they don't, they want to be in a relationship with me, but I'm kind of like, like I get a little squeamish, but I'm not sure why.
Okay, you put in generous for a reason.
I put in who?
Okay, let's just start now. How much do you make annually?
102,000. 6 figures.
But in LA, that's like making $52,000.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
So as far as I'm concerned, you broke. In LA, okay. So I mean, a person who's making 6 figures legitimately doesn't mention somebody generous. That means these guys pay bills.
Oh, okay.
They buy stuff. I mean, do they? Okay, at $104,000 a year, 40 years old in LA is $52,000 in Dallas. I mean, you're living basically paycheck to paycheck.
Touch on that real quick. My people, anybody that's listening, how many people I got in here? If you're making $50,000 a year, you don't need to be living you need to be living with your mama. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm making a point. If you make $50,000 a year, let's play the game. I had this epiphany recently. I don't know if this is a good game, but I'm the sensei, so I'm gonna talk my shit. You can reject it if you want. But then again, why should you take financial advice from some guy in his mom's basement? It's talking shit on YouTube. But if it makes sense, keep it. If not, spit out the bones or whatever the fuck. Let's do that. What is 50,000 after taxes in Dallas? I'm feeling that Eyes to See 1984 is mentally ill. I feel like they're having a conversation with themselves. Like they're replying to shit that nobody said. Like, I don't know. Anyway, if you make $50,000 a year living in the region of Texas, USA, you will be taxed $8,000. That means that your net pay will be $41,000. We'll just call it $42,000. So, Let's see. How much is rent? Let's see. How much is rent in a nice neighborhood in Dallas? I didn't know how to spell neighborhood off the top of my head. I could if I really put my mind to it. So y'all can call me stupid. So Oz to see can call me stupid. Um. About $1,000 a month. Anyway, so it said it's about 42,000 after taxes. If you make 42,000 after taxes, you can't afford to live on your own. Technically, you could afford to live on your own, but the point I'm trying to make is everybody goals should be. I think everybody goal should be to have at least 10 to 30,000 a year to try to make something happen with. Like, and I mean, depending on how old you are. If you're young, I think you should try to get to a point where you got 10 to 30,000 a year to try to flip and make some risky moves with. Not anything illegal, of course, but to try to make something happen. Whether that be a business, whether that be learning how to trade crypto, something should be the goal. So the point I was making with 42,000 is you should be, if you make 42,000, you should be living with your mama, spending like you make 20,000, and try to do something with that extra 20,000 every year. So you can actually try to come up. Fuck working a dead end job so you can retire broke. Fuck that. That's a scam. So yeah, people be, I get wanting to live on your own, and some people's parents and stuff are just unbearable. But the general point is, if you make $40,000, try to live like you make $20,000. If that mean, living way below your means and struggling, or live like you struggling for 10 years so you could try to do something with that extra 200,000 that you saved living poor, then it's worth the risk to try to come up instead of working a dead end job for life just to retire broke. So I hope you receive that message. Especially consider, I'm not gonna say crypto is end all be all, but, and I'm not gonna call myself a crypto expert, but I'm pretty well versed in crypto, I will say. And even though it's risky, if you stay within the top 10 coins, like the reliable coins that probably aren't going anywhere in the next 10 years, you could easily 5x your money in a year or two. So think about that. Think about that. So if you save up, so in 2 years, if you save up $40,000 and you could 5x that in crypto, you just turned $40,000 to $200,000 in 2 years in crypto. You might have had to sacrifice and live like a crackhead for 2 years to save that 40,000, but now you just flip 40,000 into 200,000, and guess what? In a few more years, when crypto crash again, you could flip that 200,000 to $1 million, and then 2-3 more years after that, you could flip that $1 million into $5 million, and guess what? After 10 years of sacrifice and living like a crackhead and flipping in crypto, you just literally retired yourself. Just a small example, just an example. My point is, it's very feasible, I think I'm using the right word, for you to 5x your money in crypto every, let's just say hypothetically, let's just say every 4 years. That's when the typical crypto cycle is, or that's how long the typical crypto cycle is. So let's say you 5x your money every 4 years for 12 years. Starting out with 40,000. Let's just say starting out with 20,000. So the first 4 years you turned your 20,000 into 100,000. That next 4 years you turn that 100,000 into 500,000. And then that final 4 years, you turned that 500,000 into 2.5 million. I'm not saying I mean, I'm making it sound simple. But what the point that I'm trying to make is it's a reasonable expectation to 5x your money in crypto. That's not a hard thing to do. If you start buying after crypto crash and just hold it without selling it for 2-3 years until it go back up in the top 20 coins, see, crypto is hard. Like, we're gonna get back to the ridiculous nonsense, but just let me finish up with this. Crypto is hard if you're watching the charts. If you had a mentality that, okay, Bitcoin just crashed. I mean, yeah. Let me say this real quick before you get into crypto. I might do a tutorial or some type of. I might do a course. The thing about crypto, my advice would be to thoroughly research it for like at least probably say thoroughly research it for a year before you even put anything into it. And if I do a course, you won't need to. I would still say to research it for a year, but if I do the course, that's going to save you a lot of time researching. But what the hell was I about to say? Oh, this is what I was about to say about crypto. The hard part of crypto is not letting your emotions get the best of you. So honestly, my advice to people, once they get into crypto, make sure that you're buying at a good price. That's the first and foremost. Make sure the crypto market has crashed down bad and you're buying at dirt cheap prices. And I would say go with old reliable coins. Don't chase the new shit, because the new shit it doesn't have that. It's not tested and vetted as far as the new shit. You pick old reliable coins that have been having good runs every cycle for the past 5 years, 6 years, whatever. Stick in the top 20 and you'll be all right. But also keep in mind, hey, you can lose your money. It's a risk. Obviously, it's a big risk. But like I said, if you fairly young, 30s, 40s, it could be worth the risk, especially if you broke as fuck. If you making $40,000, fuck it, risk it for the biscuit. What else you got other than to bust your ass at a dead-end job and retire still broke? Yeah, I'd rather risk it than that option. But this is the final thing I'm going to say about it. Once you get into crypto and you've made sure that you're pretty much buying at a dirt cheap price, they say DCA, which is dollar cost average in. So like every check, put a certain amount in until you reach your desired amount in. And then once you get your desired amount into a certain crypto, you can't watch it every day or every week. You got to just keep your eye on what Bitcoin doing, because that's the thing that leads the market, and just keep a loose eye on what Bitcoin is doing. And then once Bitcoin do a big run, then maybe check it and see what it's looking like. I ain't saying don't check it at all. You do got to kind of keep your eye on it. But anyway, I hope y'all generally got my point of what I was saying about people who make like 50,000 a year, live way below your means, and try to stack 10 to 20,000 every year. All right, let's get back into the ridiculous nonsense. Let's get some donations in, just because, even though we met our goal. Anybody want to donate? I love to take it. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat, and everybody hit the like button.
$1,000 a year, 40 years old in LA is $52,000 in Dallas. I mean, you're living basically paycheck to paycheck with a little bit over.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have a retirement?
Yes.
Have you always made $102,000?
No, I have not.
How long have you made $100,000?
For about 6 months. I actually recently
Exactly. See, this is why I say I'm talking to a 20-year-old.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that. I'm ingesting it though. I love it.
But see, I said she was coping. She doesn't love it. She doesn't love being told she act like a damn 20-year-old. Whoever want me to skip this, the skip fee is $10. Anybody who want me to go to Kendra or anything like that, Curtis. What I was about to say. Yeah, that whole thing. Oh, I love it. Yeah, keep telling me I'm a 40-year-old stuck in a 20-year-old body. I just love it. But one thing I was gonna say real quick is, I mean, yeah, especially if you a man who ain't really getting no bitches, or you swore off women, or you MGTOW or whatever, then yeah, you don't gotta worry about being impressive. Cause a lot of dudes be like, well, shit, how I'm gonna get some pussy living at my mama's house? Don't worry about no pussy. Worry about saving $20,000 a year, and don't worry about dudes clowning you or bitches clowning you. Talking about he still live with his mama at 40 or whatever. Fuck everybody. It's about you coming up. Most people ain't shit anyway. You shouldn't worry about what people think about you. It's about building a circle of the few good people you do have in your life and not giving a fuck about what nobody else think. So yeah, if you ain't trying to impress bitches, it should be easy for you to stack money and live at your mama house.
$20-year-old.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that. I'm ingesting it though. I love it.
What have you averaged over the last 20? So what's the most you've ever? Okay, what do you normally make?
I've been in the, I would say 60 to 80 range for at least the last 10 years.
There you go. So see guys, how I diagnosed that?
What did you diagnose? Tell me.
That you really weren't no $100,000 person.
Oh, I mean,
I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to the audience because I can hear things. It's not making sense to me. And a person's generosity, if you actually a person earning at that level, is irrelevant. So if you're making 60 to 80, that tells me that somebody is covering shortfalls somewhere. Because you can't really, I mean, how much of a savings and a retirement can you have at averaging $70,000 living in LA?
Yeah, I don't think it's a whole lot. You're definitely right. I mean, it's kind of what my job.
Okay, so how much would you say you have squirreled away for retirement?
You're going to laugh at me. It's not a lot. It's under 100,000.
So you don't have retirement.
Well, I'm not done yet, but yeah, you're right.
But the point is, and I'm teaching something. See how you ladies go through life lying, overstating the truth.
Sometimes we get so wrapped up in how a problem bothers us, we don't see what the problem really is. Have you ever wanted to believe in something, even though you knew it couldn't be true? Did you ever want to believe it so bad you didn't pay attention to what your common sense was telling you?
See how you ladies go through life lying, overstating the truth, and acting like it's no big. I'm talking. Listen.
Yeah.
Talking like it's no big deal. Well, let me reframe it for you. Your father was to pass. Is your father wealthy?
No.
All right. So, what little he could leave you, he leaves you.
Mm-hmm.
You have any siblings?
Yeah, I do.
How many?
One of 4. So
and are the other 3 married?
One of them is.
Is the one that's married, is it male or female?
He's my brother.
No. And the other 2 are women?
I have another brother who's not married, and I have a younger sister who is not married.
Okay. So none of them are going to be able, your sister can't help you, and your brother likely can't help you either.
Right.
So you're out here at 40 years old, making an average of $70,000, which is like $35,000 in Dallas or Houston, paycheck to paycheck. And that's fine when you're in your 20s. You have less than a year's less than a little bit over a year's salary to retire on.
Yeah, I'd be in trouble.
Exactly. So I don't know what you're talking about. How you're not pressed is because you're not thinking about tomorrow.
Correct.
That's why I said it's like talking to a 20-year-old, because at 40, you should know you're too broke to retire. You're going to need somebody to help live. And
That's what none of these woes that we go over think about. None of the snow bunnies on TikTok, none of the Kendra G guests. That's the part that they don't think about. Even when they are 40 and 50, they still not thinking about that aspect. They want somebody because they tired of being lonely or something. Or they want somebody who could take them on trips. What do they always say? Trips. Got to be able to go out. But all the women who keep emphasizing trips and got to be able to go out and got to be able to afford this and that, they're still not even thinking about retirement. They thinking about having a good time. But all these women keep talking about trips and dates and restaurants. These women be having like $5,000 for retirement at 50. You need to be getting with a man who gonna try to get that retirement together. Fuck a trip. You can't afford a trip. You know what I'm saying? These women will spend 10 or 20,000 on trips and bags and brunches and shit and outfits and all this, but won't put 10 or 20,000 in crypto, or won't put 10 and 20,000 in the S&P 500.
you're too broke to retire. You're going to need somebody to help live. And that's the thing is, it doesn't matter about being pressed. It matters about keeping a roof over your head and food in your mouth and medical care until you have some kind of quality of life until the end of your days. And that means you're going to have to partner with somebody. And why would they want to partner with somebody who is not pressed?
Right. Yeah. I think that's what I'm coming to understand listening to your content. I'm like, wait, what am I actually doing? Because I've obviously been able to sustain my life. I've been able to do stuff. So I didn't think of it that way. And I understand why I should now, or should have a long time ago, but I just wasn't, because I was just doing my thing. Like,
Exactly, just doing your thing. Distracted by dick and attention, DNA. And I got that from Tommy Sotomayor. She was just doing her thing, distracted by dick and attention and having a big ego. Distracted by your own ego. Distracted by the fact you probably still got some cuteness on you. Oh my goodness.
I was just living life, and
What does that
I've
mean?
been
Doing my thing.
like, I've been I've been independent and sustained
Where'd you
my
go to college?
lifestyle. I went to a technical school, so DeVry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but the net of it is, even to come into realization, doesn't sound like you're really cut out for it anyway. So what's the plan for? So here's what I got for women like yourself.
Okay.
Single till you die. That's really what it's going to look like for 3 out of 4 Black women. That's the way the numbers break down.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of those 3 out of 4. What is your plan for the rest of your life and your end of life? What's your plan? What's your hospice care plan? What's your retirement? What is all this going to look like, seeing as though you're going to have to pay for it?
This is something I realized. Like, working these jobs, it's just a rough, life is rough, man, when it comes to making money and stuff. Because these 9-to-5 jobs, yeah, they're not setting you up in any type of respectable way, even if you do work at this particular job till you retire. As far as how much will be in your retirement, yeah, as far as hospice, medical, when you really break down like the benefits and stuff, it's like, this is not going to set me up nice at 65, 70. It's depressing when you have that epiphany. I had that epiphany at some point working a dead end job. I believe 9-to-5 jobs Like dead end 9-to-5 jobs are kind of the universe telling you you need to do something different to step your life up. I would say like being disrespected at a dead end job and treated like shit and the job being horrible, it's supposed to be motivation for you to do something different. Like I need to go back to school. I need to figure something out. I need to go get my CDL. I need to figure something out because this ain't it. Wasting my life to work those dead end jobs. Everybody can't make 6 figures. So the point is, since most people do have to work those dead end jobs with bad benefits, etc., etc., in those situations, family is even more important. Community is even more important. Like in situations like that, it's more important that people stick together, families stick together. Yeah, JOB means just over broke. Exactly. But the point I want to make is if you're an average person, relationships aren't about lovey-dovey and if somebody is tall or if a girl is sexy or if she got a nice ass or whatever, like it's really about survival unless you're a high earner. A lot of people don't, even men or women, because most men are average earners. So when you hear men talking about being in a relationship with a woman, you rarely hear him talking about, I need a woman to help me pay these bills. Because a lot of men will say, oh, that's that make you sound weak or whatever. But that's the reality. Most men do need women to help them pay bills. Most men don't make any type of big money. So yeah, we do in this space, we do talk a lot about, I don't care about no woman money. Well, I do, because I don't make 6 figures. Any man who don't make 6 figures should be worried about a woman's money. If you make 50, 60K, you should be worried about a woman's money. Let's just get back into it. But let me talk about this real quick. Damn near all women have the option to just get with some guy with a good job and work with him so she can get to the end of life. Men don't. Not like that. Men don't have the option to just, let me just go on Tinder to find a woman to help me pay these bills real quick. A decent woman who's cooperative that'll help me pay these bills real quick. Women have that option to just jump on the internet and find a decent man, because a decent man is the easiest thing for any woman to find. He might not be tall, he might not make 6 figures, but there's plenty of decent men out there for most women. So any woman, that's why it's crazy to me when women are living in their car or homeless. I never feel sorry for them because I know they're one swipe away from just moving in with a guy. Yeah, I never could feel. I mean, unless she like crazy or on drugs or something. I get it. But when I like see these TikToks of these women talking, I'm living in my car and then crying, and I don't feel sorry for you, bitch. You could easily go just pick some guy. Not any guy. I mean, obviously get to know him and stuff, but you know what I mean. That option is always there for most women to just go move in with a guy and crack your legs open and just act like a decent human being. But see, that's like, that's almost impossible for a lot of these chicks to just act like a decent human being. But I'm saying men don't have that option. But let's just get back into it.
What is all this going to look like, seeing as though you're going to have to pay for it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out. I have not.
No, that's bullshit. You don't have a plan.
Oh, no, I don't. No.
Exactly. So this is, and I need you guys to understand what she just said. The taxpayers are going to pay for it. Mm-hmm. This is what I mean. I'm talking to a 20-year-old because you, as a man, I could not say what you said because the street, I would be on the street. If I was walking through life like you, it's called homeless.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I thought that I would
It's time to grow up.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I thought that I would have some, honestly, I thought that if I were to partner with somebody, if that were to work out, that I was at least bringing something to the table. Like, but maybe I'm more of a liability.
No, you aren't. No, you're not an asset. You're a liability.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to John. John says it depends on what we're talking about when we say bills. I live within my means. Yeah, most men do. I guess what I'm saying is, I mean, yeah, you can get by on whatever, 60, 70K. You can live within your means and get by on 60 and 70K. And maybe if you're really good with money, like I said, maybe have 10,000 left over, 15,000 left over. But so I guess you really wouldn't need a woman to help pay bills. I mean, if a man doesn't have women and children in his life, he could probably just make it on 50K, which is 40K after taxes, and be cool as long as he can afford his food. So I mean, I get that, but I don't know what. I mean, yeah, I don't know people's finances, but I'll say this: most men in America could use an extra 30 to 40,000 in the household. I'll just say that. That'd be very helpful. Yeah, yeah. Most people, period, could use an extra 30, 40,000 in the household.
Not an asset. You're a liability.
Oh, okay.
What do you bring it to the table, ma'am? You have no offense, but a degree from DeVry,
hmm
and you're not really earning a lot of money.
I mean, partnered together, that's gonna be a lot of money. If I meet somebody that's making six figures as well or more, then we're together. Closer
Yeah,
to
but, okay, but
150.
six figures. Let's restate. 6 figures in L.A. 100,000. Are we talking what? There are police officers in L.A. who make $225,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, due respect, man, 6 figures means what? You're talking about somebody who's making around what, $300,000 a year in LA, 400,000, and the question is, why would they partner? See, I hear what you're saying, but what you're not filling in is why would they partner with a free spirited, a 40-year-old? What are they?
Well, because
What are they getting?
I'm not closed off to being in a relationship at all. So I
It
think
doesn't matter if you're closed off. It's okay. Listen to what I'm about to say. Okay.
Okay.
You have no leverage to be in a relationship. You're assuming that if someone came to you, you would consider a relationship. That's your assumption.
Correct.
I'm saying you don't have that options.
Oh, okay.
I mean, where's the last man who stepped to you who tried to actually get you to be in a committed relationship?
About a year and a half ago.
And what do you do for a living?
Yeah, that's true. John said, I wouldn't say no to extra money, but a man has to be extremely careful about inviting someone into his home. It's easier to bring someone in than it is to get rid of her. That's a fact. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it would definitely need to be vetting and all that. But I guess the overall point that I'm saying is most people would be doing a lot better if they had somebody to work with them. Well, let me rephrase that. Most people aren't making any type of big money. So I think most regular people would be better off financially, obviously, with a partner. And what I'm saying is people who make, I know plenty of people that make, how can I, under 40K a year after taxes. And they're over 40 years old and make under 40K a year. So what I'm saying, the people out there who 30 and 40 years old and make 20 and 30 and 35,000 and 40,000 after tax, they need a partner. They need they need a partner in their life. Point blank, period. That's basically what I'm saying. Poor people need relationships for financial reasons, if nothing else. I feel like so they need to figure out how to get along with somebody. If you make 30 and 40,000, look, you gonna need a roommate or something. You have to figure out how to get along with somebody. Shit.
About a year and a half ago.
And what do you do for a living?
He was in real estate, corporate real estate.
What does that mean?
He worked for a company and he handled all the real estate for that company.
What does that mean?
He managed, I don't know how else to say it. I'm sorry. He managed the real estate. He helped them open up locations.
So what was his job title?
I believe he was a director of real estate.
How much did he earn?
Shit, I don't even remember. I think close to 100. I think.
See, it's not
Mhm.
grown up talk.
Mhm.
Remember, I said high value men you should be able to know at a glance, and I don't understand. Sounds to me like you had somebody who was another person working middle income just like you. And that
Mhm.
makes sense because if a guy who's really got his shit together, who's really earning, no offense, ma'am, but
You wouldn't want me.
no. I mean, why?
Right.
I
That's
mean,
what
at
I'm trying to
40,
get to. Like, that's what I want to change.
It's too late to change it. She 40 calling in to Kevin Samuels trying to figure out how can I get a high value man. It's over. I mean, you don't qualify for a low value man. And at this point, this is what I don't know if they realize it or not. You're damaged beyond repair at this point. There is no fixing it. It's only so much therapy in the world. That's what I was gonna say. You know, Woes talk about going to therapy. To me, therapy is to learn how to cope with being broken. It's not really to fix you. It's to learn how to function in society and be able to cope with your brokenness. I don't think therapy fixes people. I don't. It can help tweak a couple things, but if you're just a completely broken person, I don't think going to therapy fixes you. It can fix an issue. If you have one issue you need to help get over, like, oh, I got daddy issues, I want to go to therapy to help get over my daddy issues, yeah. But if you're just completely broken, yeah. So yeah, this woman, I don't think there's any hope for her to ever be a good partner to any man, a low value man, a high value man, any man.
Like,
but
that's why I'm talking to you.
well, okay, but book a session because
Yeah, I am.
because at this point, I don't even know if you understand some of the things. The urgency is what's going on because
Yeah.
at 40, like I said, a lot of black women can look in the mirror and still see their 20-year-old selves, but you're 40.
Yeah.
And you got to start moving like that. So 1 in 4 black women will get married. That means you don't have the leverage you think you do. And so saying you're open to it, no, you got to be worthy of it.
Yeah. That's what I want. I want to be worthy of it, and I'm willing to
But
change.
you want to be worthy of it for what?
Because I want to grow up. I want to move forward, and I want
No,
to
you
be in a
want to be
relationship.
why?
Yeah, she basically she needs someone to save her from over 20 years of bad decisions and fucking around and being a hoe and being a sugar baby. She wants somebody to come through at the buzzer and rescue her for the rest of her life. That's why she want to be in a relationship. It's not because she give a fuck about a man or ever will give a fuck like a man or ever will give a fuck about a man the way a man would want a woman to give a fuck about him.
Because I want to grow up. I want to move forward, and I want
No,
to
you
be in a
want to be
relationship.
why? Why do you want a relationship?
I think it's a better life. I want to be in a partnership, and I want to be taken care of in a lot of different ways.
Exactly. See what you just said? All her. You want another daddy is what you want. You don't want a partnership. You want a sponsor.
Oh.
See,
That's what she used to. She used to men paying for her while she dangled pussy over their head, essentially.
daddy is what you want. You don't want a partnership. You want a sponsor.
Oh.
See, that's why I say you ladies talk. And let me help you, man.
Yeah.
You're not the kind of woman that man sponsors.
Okay.
Because you don't have any relationship skills. If I were to buy you, if I were to come to you and say, okay, be in a relationship with me, what am I getting from you that I couldn't?
Yeah, that's another thing woes don't get. You just dating for 20 years, you don't have any relationship skills. A lot of woes think if I just show up and crack my legs, twice a month, and I make a sandwich from time to time and sweep a floor, I'm girlfriend and wife material. No, it's much more intricate than that. The day in and day out of a successful relationship is more than you just cracking your legs twice a month, sweeping the floor, and making a bologna sandwich. I believe most woes on the planet who haven't been in a 3, 4, 5 year relationship living with a man for 3, 4, 5 years really think that's all it takes to make a relationship work. for a lifetime. Fuck them a couple times, girl. You make a sandwich and sweep the floor. You'll be all right. No, it's so much deeper than that. I would go far as to say most woes in America just aren't fit to be in a relationship, period. To me, if you never lived with somebody for 4 or 5 years, you don't know shit about a relationship, period.
What am I getting from you that I could not get from a 25-year-old?
I mean, like, I don't know. I can't say. I don't necessarily know. I thought I knew, so I'm kind of scared to even say anything. 'Cause I'm not sure I know
The
shit
net,
right now.
the net of it is, ma'am, at 40, you're supposed to have a level of maturity, a level of development, sophistication, wisdom.
Yeah.
But you don't. So
What's so interesting is I'm dating someone who just told me, like, you're the most mature woman I've ever dated. Like,
No way. No how.
Ah, youngster.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna
This
let
is
the
not
camera keep
true.
rolling.
Not a chance in hell, Brett. Zero. You've already made up your mind. Absolutely.
Thank you for being there, man. Charles,
I run shit. You
right.
Oh, so
what's so interesting is I'm dating someone who just told me, like, you're the most mature woman I've ever dated. Like, you're super.
Then that just says he ain't dating shit.
Yeah, that too. But what is okay? So I mean, I was listening to your video about high valued women, and I was like, okay. I don't think we talk a lot about where I could be emotionally intelligent because I have gotten out of depression. I have been.
You don't know shit about being emotionally intelligent in a relationship. Let me say that again. If you haven't been in a 5-year relationship where you live with a man or a woman, look, you don't know shit about the ways you need to be emotionally intelligent to make a relationship work. And at 40, I don't even know if you can learn the relationship skills to the point where it will stick. At this point, at 40, you stuck in your way. You're cooked, unfortunately. You're just cooked.
About where I could be emotionally intelligent because I have gotten out of depression. I have been.
You're not a high value. You're not a high value woman.
I understand that, and I'm saying that I was trying to get there and understand.
You're trying to get to be a high value woman.
Yeah. Why is it too late?
Yes. Yes, man. At 40 years old, yeah, it's too late. Just be a cool side piece at best. That's the best option for you at this point.
There and understand.
You're trying to get to be a high value woman.
Yeah. Why is it too late?
Oh, you kind of, yeah. 40 years old, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what is your?
Okay, I've got other people to get to, man. So I'm just saying, ultimately, see, this is my fear for so many black women. You've just been allowed to get out here and just be grown children.
Yeah.
And you're just, and I'm trying to be polite, but I'm just like, this is getting worse. That's why I'm trying to cut it off because you're too grown to be moving this way and thinking like this. And it's like, okay, well, it's like it's all possible. It's like, at what point does a grown up happen? Mm-hmm. And you're talking about a partnership. You would be fortunate to find somebody who would say, I'll work with you. But what is he going to get? And it sounds to me as though you would expect him to do shit for you, like your daddy did stuff for you, and he's just going to have access to your body. That ain't enough.
No, it's not. I think I bring more to the table than that, but we didn't really talk about that.
Here we go.
Let them genuinely talk. You'll see real fast, like, oh my God, this bitch is dumb as hell.
Elle.
Huh?
E-L-L-E-L.
L? Okay. How old are you?
37.
37. What you do for a living?
I'm a bartender.
Okay.
And we have another woman just off top, just like the woman we just listened to. She's a 37-year-old bartender. I'm not making fun of her. I live in my mom's basement, so I can't make fun of her. But how big those fucking hoops are. Look, those are the biggest hoops I've ever seen in my life. And she's skinny too. She could probably put that hoop around her neck. Like, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hole. Look, um, she's 37 years old and she's a bartender, so she's just been fucking around for on the dating market for 2 decades. So what would we call a man who's 37 years old and still a bartender? This is what we would say about a man.
You're a fucking loser. You're literally a fucking loser.
Okay, Kevin Samuels was emotional, and that's not an insult. Rest in peace to the Godfather. He's on the Mount Rushmore of the RP, but he was most definitely emotional. He was probably last place. Well, I ain't gonna say last place. He was towards the bottom of least emotional RP Manosphere guys. I will say that. But so yeah, she's a fucking loser, respectfully. And here's the thing: as a moderately attractive woman who's not fat, the easiest thing in the world is to not end up a loser. I mean, let me. How can I put this? Here's the thing, ladies. If you're going to be a boss babe and I want to do what I want to do and I don't want the structure and discipline of a marriage, I don't want the structure of and discipline of being in a relationship with a man, I don't want no man telling me what to do, you're going to have to become a high earner. You can't be a disobedient, reckless bartender. Like, you can't be a I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do type of woman, but be a bartender. That's what these women need to get through their head. You either need to figure out how to make 6 figures or learn how to cooperate with a man. One or the other. There is no in between. You can't be a broke rebel as a woman. If you're going to be a rebel, you better get some high earning skills. You can't be a rebellious 37-year-old bartender who can't keep a man. I'd like to hear from Kevin's stepson he mentions. I bet that kid has a story to tell. Kevin got a stepson? Well, anyway. Oz to see 1984. I do believe that you're on meth. Like the shit you're saying in the comment section, like, I've never been more tempted to block somebody. Maybe I won't block you, Oz to see. Is there a way I can, like, time you out? Hold on. You're like a cancer to my live chat. What can I do to Oz to see? Pause. Put user in timeout. Perfect. For 24 hours. See ya, Oz to see. It was fun having you. You can come back tomorrow. Okay. Can we get a round of applause for me timing out Oz to see for 24 hours? First time I ever did something like that, but it was getting to me. Couldn't take it no more. Like, because he wasn't even, at least say something that makes sense. I mean, you can insult me, you could disagree with me, but can you at least make it make sense? I mean, at least T. Orlando somewhat makes sense when he talk. Jeez Louise. All right. Let's see what this 37-year-old loser is talking about. She's not the worst looking woman in the world. It's pathetic. Like, these women can't figure out how to make a relationship work with a man. Like I said, which it's cool if that's the route you want to go, but you got to make some money, some real money.
Okay, do you have any kids?
I have a son, Oliver. He is, how old is my son? He just turned 15.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I'm getting the vibe that she's on drugs. Allegedly, don't sue me, but I'm getting the druggy vibe, y'all. What about you?
How old is my son? He just turned 15.
Aw. Have you ever been married?
No,
Okay.
I haven't.
And where are you calling from?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got L, Michigan, 37, bartender, mom to a 15-year-old, never married. What's your zodiac sign?
My other earring, it fell out. But I'm a Capricorn. My birthday was on January the 12th.
All right, so we got L, Michigan, Capricorn, 37, bartender, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
You know what? I'm so open at this point because, like, I've only had 3 boyfriends in my life. So
Have you ever wanted to believe in something, even though you knew it couldn't be true? Did you ever want to believe it so bad you didn't pay attention to what your common sense was telling you?
Believer. I bet she didn't have more than 3 slongs in her life. I bet you that. Body count more like 30, but yeah, her boyfriend count might only be 3.
3 boyfriends in my life. So it's just like, I don't know. What does the universe have to offer for me, you know? I don't know. I'm open.
Okay.
Huh. The wall. The universe got a big wall, and you going real fast, and something gonna happen when you smash into it. I mean, it's over, Bonquisha. Like, she like, Kendra, I don't know. No man's land, Mr. Walker.
37, 1 kid. Come on now, fellas. Ain't nothing oogly about this sister here. She appears to be fit. She got that 1 kid that's about 15. What do we have here? Another eternal 7. She done had 4 alpha widowing boyfriends, if you ask me. And here she is. She can get a man tonight in Detroit. Where you at, Ty Pro? She can get a man tonight, but it ain't the man she desires. It's the beat goes on.
What about your child's dad? Were you guys in a relationship?
No, that's a very, very volatile situation. But yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Why does that not surprise me?
They lay you down, they spray you down, but they don't stay around.
What you mean to say is all the niggas you up with ain't shit.
Well, that's a very, very volatile situation. But yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's something very bad.
Okay, so do you want to tell me what you want? Well, tell the universe what kind of man you want.
Okay, so here's the thing, Kendra. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I love Edgar Allan Poe, and I just love literature. I love to read, and I want somebody who's open to someone who's a little more just like reserved and likes to read. And my idea of a good date is going to the bookstore. You know what I mean?
This woman is fucking nuts. This woman is nuts.
Read, and my idea of a good date is going to the bookstore. You know what I mean? Just someone who's, and it's hard to find a black man who has my interest, but I only date black men. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that I like, and they just like, oh, that's lame. And it's hard to find someone to gel with.
Okay, I will give her that. Let's talk about that for a minute. It is difficult as a black person, if you're into anything other than nigga shit, to find people to connect with. I can speak firsthand to that. As a black person who's into things that are outside typical nigga shit, you're gonna have to probably find you some white friends. I'm gonna be honest. Because most black people ain't gonna accept that you read or you like anime or no, I'm not saying those black people don't exist, but they're few and far between. You're not gonna yeah, you'd be better off getting you some white friends if you into some non-nigga shit.
It's hard to find someone to gel with.
Okay, it's hard to find someone to joke with. Okay.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
I'm not buying it. If she was 22 years old, because she is giving youth. For y'all that just walked in, this woman is 40. She's 40 years old. Good items just don't sit around. Somebody would have found you.
There you go. And she telling stories of past traumas. She said the situation with her baby daddy is volatile. She didn't say it was volatile and it's in the past. She stated that it currently still is volatile. Technical foul ejected from the game. Like, if you can look up and if you want to spend the evening with her, that's all it is at best. Volatile. Don't act like you didn't hear that.
What are your... Well, wait. So you're saying it's hard to find a black manager?
Yeah.
So you
and that's what I
find that
like.
you... Huh?
That's all I like is black men. But sometimes they're just like, oh, you know, just I'm not their type all the time.
What do they say is wrong with you? I mean, you like...
Okay, so I'll give you an example. Like, okay, so like I'm 30, but I'm only like 112 pounds. So like, and I've been small my whole life, but if that's an issue, it's like, oh, you're fine, but you need to eat a burger, you know, or.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
She's going to have issues for the rest of her life.
How do you lack so much self-awareness that you don't see how stupid all of this is?
Emotionally daunting and hurtful when I just keep hitting a wall, you know?
The things that I like are not always, I'm going to take your black card away. They're not always like culturally, I'm trying to explain it. I don't want to be offensive, like, cause you know, I love, like, it's like, I'm still black just because I like certain things. So it's like, you know, I don't want to date a white man just because I like Edgar Allan Poe. I don't want a white man. I like black men, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Granted, she want black meat. Here's what I'll say. This is a sister that's trapped in the hood. She should have been born in the suburbs. Unfortunately, she's in poverty and she has to date within poverty. One thing about dating, you're 40 years old. You can't just escape your projects. Huh.
She said she want her an Edgar Allan Poe reading. She want her Mr. Pitt and the Pendulum, huh? Ain't happening, sister. I said, look at that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. She said she'd have lost her black card, huh? And listen, I said in the wild, this sister is high strung. All right. Little bit of booger sugar action. Huh? She talk faster than me, man. Yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Can somebody, well, hold on. How many people do I got watching right now? 28? Okay, y'all got the likes up. I appreciate it. All right. Let's get the donations up. If anybody got any cash apps for me, send them through. Cash app pinned to the top of the chat.
Right. Little bit of booger sugar action. Huh? She talk faster than me, man. Yeah, I think it's a little booger sugar going on. She wild. She wanted to read Edgar Allan Poe, snort coke, and hunch forever.
Yeah, this is her. This is the uppity sister in the hood. You know, she having a hard time. We all know women like her. It's just bad. And she was a baby mama, so she got a 15-year-old. This is bad.
Yeah, she into this dark emo stuff. Listen here, I would pay to see her baby daddy. It's some toxicity beyond belief. Volatile, like she said.
Yeah, there's black men that read.
Oh,
I know a few of them.
I know they read, but I mean, just the kind of stuff that I do read, I get made fun of a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but it's fine.
I understand what you're saying. But what I will say is I have a lot of men, at least in the comment section, that describe a woman like you. Like they normally want a thin woman. You have this is your natural hair, right?
Oh yeah,
this is like
and it's growing out.
your natural
I had
hair
it in a pixie, so it's growing out.
Yeah, I feel like you have the aesthetics of what they tell me they want: real hair, small. So let's see how we do. Let's keep going. Let's see if this audience can show you a different type of black man. So what are the deal breakers?
Well, I don't want a Carlton Banks. That comment was hilarious. I don't. That's the thing. Like, I like the guy the opposite of what I am. But deal breakers. I just don't like liars.
Huh?
I think them just got a lot of fucking audacity.
You just spent 10 minutes basically saying she wants somebody like her who read Edgar Allan Poe and who Corky and shit, and then she literally just said, "I'm looking for the opposite of me." Or am I missing something? Okay, let's rewind that.
That's the thing. Like, I like the guy the opposite of what I am. But
You can't make this up, man.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Deal breakers. I just don't like liars or cheaters. But other than that, I'm pretty open because I've learned, like, you can learn a lot from people from all walks of life. So I don't really have like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Because even, I'm not gonna lie, like, I put up with cheating before. It's not like I want that, but I mean, I know that some men are just men. So I'm not being unrealistic to say that he can love you a lot, but he still might cheat on you. I'm not gonna say this is a deal breaker because I might stay with him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna break up with you because you cheated on me. You know.
Hey, well, maybe just keep that one to yourself because you don't want him to go in knowing you would say every shit. Now, if you mean if something happens, you're willing to work on the relationship, that's fair.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't want to start off with saying, if you sleep with her, I'm not going to go nowhere. You don't want to start off that way.
You're right. You're right.
Okay. All right. Should he look a certain way?
You know, one of my three boyfriends, he was a Air Force veteran. I'm 5'5". He was like 5'6". And then I dated someone who was like 6'3". So, I mean, again, I'm open. Looks don't mean anything in the end. You know what I mean? It's about you.
We don't know what you mean.
All right, I'm about to get something to eat. I'm gonna let this play.
The dots ain't connecting. Like, do your Kudakata stink? I don't know. Something is wrong here.
Well, listen to her talk. She up here. I don't know what this is. She unstable. I know that much. She unstable, socially awkward. She keep talking about, he's gonna cheat. I'm not gonna leave you. She talking to herself. She have conversations with herself, huh? Shout out to Earth, Wind, and Fire. What they say? It's Earth, Wind, and Fire say it's okay to talk to yourself, but you can't like answer your own questions. Something weird. But yeah, this is have a whole full-blown conversation with herself, bae, in the mirror. Terrifying. Socially awkward, trauma bonded, beyond belief, can't pair bond. Listen to her talk. She unstable. I would not go around this sister at all. Slash your tires, bust your window out your car, lie when you say you hit her. All of the above.
Yeah, so go on and divest. I see y'all in the chat. We'll go check this IG out here in a minute. She can go get Brad, go to like Comic-Con. You want to go to a beer festival, somewhere where there are little melanated men.
You can grow to love someone. Looks can grow on a person. So I don't really have that kind of preference.
Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
I don't know. Like, I make really good fast money bartending, and I don't have that kind. I don't care if you're a garbage man. As long as you're responsible and just pay your bills and at least can just take care of yourself, then we can work together to have something.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh gosh. Okay. So let me push this chair back.
What we doing?
Hopefully you can see me. I have on this big shirt and big pants, but I don't know if you can.
We gotta see your legs.
My legs. I have on sweatpants. Oh shit. Let me see if I can get this up a little bit higher. Let's see. Can you see?
Okay. Yes, we can see you.
I mean, I have on I'm very tiny.
Yeah, you look good. I mean, you look.
I don't know, man.
I got beans and bologna. Yeah.
She up here fit. She giving like Aaliyah back in 95. She must be just a complete basket case and or her Kudakata stink.
Either and or both of them, man. Y'all, yeah. Not something is wrong. Look at that. Come on, man. She fit. Ain't nothing about her unattractive except for her presentation. She seemed very unstable, unsure. This is unhinged Bay. Like she seemed like she just sit there and shake. I don't know. Booger sugar, Nisi G. Booger sugar. That's my bet.
You look small.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ella, right?
Yes.
L. When was your last relationship?
About a year ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Man, I may as well close up shop at this point, Kendra. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. It's been a minute.
Oh, you don't have to answer. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Oh my God. So I'm not gonna lie. I am a bartender, and I like nice things, and I spend money fast because I make it fast. So that's a problem that I have now. I pay my bills. Don't get me wrong, but I got to work on my budgeting.
That's another huge red flag that we barely scratch. She's a bartender and not a part-time, I do Friday, Saturday. That's her occupation. She's a 5, 6, 7 day a week full-time bartender. That's crazy.
She 40 years old, bartending, and y'all see that background. She got high gloss paint on the walls and the ceiling. She in somebody's attic. This is Struggle Bay. She fit and she don't eat much, so she living in somebody's attic. I know what I'm looking at. Struggle.
What else? Oh my gosh. I can have a bad attitude sometimes when I don't get my way. I'm not gonna lie about that. I can be a little bratty sometimes.
Okay.
To be honest.
All right. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Lucky, man. I mean, we'll have adventures. Like, I like to try new things. So maybe I can introduce him to new things. He can show me something new. Like, we can gel.
Okay. Listen, I thought you were adorable, Elle.
Yes?
I said, okay, you're 37. What's the age range you want to date?
I've never dated anyone younger, so it'll be my age or older.
So 37 and up.
Yeah, I can go like 33 and up.
And should he be in Michigan?
I prefer that because I'm not I don't really travel anywhere. I've been here my whole life, so I can't see myself making long distance work.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
No. What am I? No, I'm not. I was, and then I got it when it first came out. Then I deleted the app because I got frustrated with getting.
Well, here's one thing that single by choices do. They round up with the age, which I get. And I might do from time to time, but generally I don't agree with it. Like, if we're gonna roast these chicks, we gotta keep it all the way 100% factual. So people can't say, they lying about her age. They keep saying she 40, she not 40. What's up with that? Like, I don't gotta add any extra sauce on these bitches. They're cringy enough without me adding 3 years to their age or something like that.
Stupid requests.
Well, we have fair enough. We do know the first version. We have a whole new app.
Granted, Kendra about to give her spiel. But I'll say this about this woman. She's a bartender. Don't let the soft looks and her sweet voice fool you. He got a mean body count on her. Like, she will get drunk while she working the bar, and yeah, she sees something she like come in there, it's going down.
This is spontaneous hunching, babe. There you go, Mr. X. She having a good time. The liquor hitting the way she needed to. And some guy come around saying all the things she like. This is spontaneous one night stand, babe, for sure. She gonna be sneaking nug up into her grandparents' attic in no time. Ain't nothing here, nothing serious. But we know all y'all want to do is hunch. Go ahead.
So with that being said, we're gonna send her to Glaze Galaxy
to get glazed.
It's just crazy. It's like, you guys deserve each other. You know, I hope this chick that all she wants is a bodybuilder with lots of money gets with this bimbo of a guy that's a bodybuilder and has a lot of money, but I hope.
What do I always say? When women talk about men on the internet, they're only talking about top 10 percenters, even, grandmas. When grandmas get on the internet talking about men, they're talking about bodybuilders who make a lot of money.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
I think them just got a lot of fucking audacity.
Why does that not surprise me?
Bimbo of a guy that's a bodybuilder and has a lot of money, but I hope he's an idiot and the two of them get together and they can be idiots together.
Let me guess, Grandma, you thought a bodybuilder with a lot of money was going to want you?
Are you fucking serious, ho? like his.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Delusion never ends with these women. She feel like a bodybuilder with a lot of money and her go together.
They can be idiots together. Okay, I had to come home and finish filming because I'm so short, and when I try to film in my car, it just gets me from here up, and plus I'm chewing gum, and you can kind of see it, and you can hear it. Such a nasty habit. I got to quit doing that. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go home and do it. Plus, people kept pulling up next to me, and it's just so awkward when they see you, talking to your phone. So, but I know I did a video on this recently about men and women, and I don't understand because I don't understand because I'm old. But I just got so irritated this morning because I was listening to one of these videos that came across my feed, and it was this guy, and he's just slamming the women of today. And then he started, playing clips from different things. And I thought, well, I totally agreed with him after listening to some of these women. I'm like, my God, they're awful, just awful. And he was taking excerpts from TikTok and stuff. And it's like, what has happened with these women? But they're not all that way. So I don't want to generalize because I do know some really good, decent younger women, but it's the ones that are out there. That's the ones we're hearing from and seeing. But then after that, then I listened to the...
I want to touch on this real quick. You don't have any idea what those women are like in relationships. There's a lot of people out there who want to vouch for their niece, vouch for their daughter, vouch for their friend. They may be wonderful people at the picnic. They may have came over and helped you move. That don't mean that they're good women to men inside of relationships. Most woes are completely different people behind closed doors in a relationship than they are with their friends and relatives and coworkers. Let's never forget that.
That's the ones we're hearing from and seeing. But then after that, then I listened to the feed or a video from a woman talking about how terrible all the men in the dating field are today. And I ended up agreeing with her. I was like, oh, these guys are terrible. All they want is an accessory. They don't want, a partner. They just, but the thing is, you've got both sides. Dating is just different now. It's just different. In my day, you met somebody and you just either clicked or you didn't, he made you laugh or he was cute. And then, you go on a few dates and you found out, he was either a total dud and then you moved on, or maybe, it worked out and you ended up getting married, but you didn't go out purposely looking with, a list, a criteria of what you wanted in a man. Whereas nowadays, everybody's got their own list. They've already got it marked out. And, you've got to check off all the boxes. Even if you only check off 9 out of 10, you're out. They're not even going to give you the time of day.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What kind of shit is that?
Boxes, even if you only check out 9 out of 10, you're out. You know, they're not even going to give you the time of day. And the guys are doing the same thing. And, you know,
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to
This
let
is
the
not
camera keep
true.
rolling.
I understand having boundaries, and everybody should have an established set of rules that they, that's not the word I'm looking for. Hold on. Okay, so everybody, you know, you should have standards. Obviously, you don't want to just date some drug addict that's going to abuse you, whether you're male or female. But the criteria is just, it's not even about whether they're a good person. It's all face value stuff. Like, you know, the woman, these girls, they want a guy that's, he's got to be a bodybuilder because I want somebody that takes care of themselves because I take care of myself. And so he should be really buff and physically fit. And he should have a good job and make lots of money. And, you know, just everybody likes attractive people, but we all have a different idea of what's attractive. But
I just want to be very clear. For the most part, we don't have a different idea of what's attractive. Men can pretty much agree, and women can pretty much agree on who the attractive men and women are. That's a myth. I just want to throw that out there, that it's all so different with each individual person. It's not. Halle Berry is Halle Berry, and Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan. Most of the world, excuse me for coughing, I'm still kind of sick. Most of the world can agree that Halle Berry and Michael B. Jordan are highly attractive people.
idea of what's attractive, but you don't base, and I get, you know, like I said, we all have personal standards. For me, maybe my personal standards were too high. I wanted somebody that was smart. He didn't have to be like a genius, but I wanted him to be, I wanted to be able to hold a conversation with him. And I wanted him to have morals, and I know that's subjective, but I wanted him to be a good person. He had to be kind. He had to be funny. You know, my mom said the worst sin a man could make is being boring, and that's true. I wanted, you know, no matter how
Broad logic, the worst thing a man could do is be boring. Look, people are boring. Marriage is boring. Coming home, you going to work, you're doing the same thing every day for the most part. And that's why most woes aren't cut out for serious relationships unless they have no other choice. And that's what it's been like since the beginning of time up until 100 years ago. Woes didn't have much of a choice but to get a man and stay in a relationship. Or they were going to be severely, supremely fucked, royally fucked. If we live in a society where the women aren't heavily incentivized to be in a relationship and stay in one with a man, they're not going to be in with one. Because woes, generally speaking, aren't fit for long-term relationships. Men are. We're used to structure, discipline, and routine. Women hate it. And that's not even a modern woman thing. That's just woes in general. They don't like the structure, discipline, and boringness of a long-term 50-year relationship. And they grow to resent and disrespect and belittle and emasculate their men. They've never been cut out for a long-term relationship. That's not a modern woman thing.
and that's true. I wanted, you know, no matter how good he is and all these other areas, if he bored me, I could that, and maybe that's bad. I just, you know, it doesn't have to be super exciting, but just, you know, funny and warm, and I don't know. That's my criteria. I don't know. Maybe I asked for too much. I got it. Maybe I'm spoiled. I don't know. But when I see what, like I said, these young women, they go on TikTok and they're very bold about what they want, you know, it's just, it's crazy. And then the guys, they're just as bad. You know, their criteria is
right.
well, she's got to be smoking hot, and and she can't gain even 10 pounds, and she's got to stay that way.
It's not true. Most men, 80% of men don't have a requirement that she got to be smoking hot. 80% of men wouldn't leave their wives if she gained 40 pounds. This is cap, and they're talking about, like I always say, when women get on the internet talking about men, they're only talking about the top 10%. The other 90% don't exist.
Can't gain even 10 pounds, and she's got to stay that way the whole marriage. She doesn't want her to age or gain any weight, even if she has babies. No excuse. She's got to be a perfect 10. Otherwise, he's going to ditch her. Even if he gets fat and loses his hair, he don't care. She's got to be hot because it's a reflection on him, and it's just
Exactly. Top 10%ers, high earners, dudes who walking around in certain rooms. That's the men who talk like that. You got to stay fit because you're a reflection of me when I go to these high value rooms. She's not talking about Joe down at Lowe's.
this mindset from both sides. It's just crazy. It's like, you guys deserve each other. I hope this chick that all she wants is a bodybuilder with lots of money gets with this bimbo of a guy that's a bodybuilder and has a lot of money, but I hope he's an idiot, and the two of them get together and they can be idiots together.
Okay, I misread what she meant by what she was saying earlier. It had no context. So I'll give myself some grace, but I apologize, Grandma. I jumped to conclusions.
Together, and they can be idiots together. It's so frustrating. It's like, why? When did things change? When did it get like that? Because like I said, back in my day, back in my day, when in the 70s, when we were dating, things were just so different. You could actually go on blind dates. I mean, now that's suicide. Nobody would go on a blind date, but we didn't have dating apps, and you could swipe left or whatever. And those are, remember when those were a bad thing? Everybody's like, oh no, now that's all I think most people do. Everybody's on these weird dating sites, and they're not even for dating. They're for just hooking up. It's just like crazy world. I worry about my grandkids. I hope they don't have, things better change. Please, God, let things change. I don't want it to continue like this. It can't continue like this, because if nobody's dating, we're not even going to have another generation. It's going to end because nobody wants to be together, and rightfully so. I wouldn't want to be with either one of them in that generation anymore. It's like, no wonder everybody is choosing to stay single. You guys are all terrible. I mean, I sound so old. I feel like my grandma. We're going to hell in a handbasket. Everybody these days is weird. They're just weird. That's how I feel. But it's like nobody's caring. They don't care. They don't care about the other person. They don't want a partner. They want either an accessory to make them look good, or they want somebody to take care of them. And, like these women, they want men that make lots of money. He's got to have lots of money, and he's got to spend it all on them. And he can't ever tell them no, but he's got to be strong and stand up to everybody else, but just not her. And he's got to be willing to put up with all her little quirks and, all her little things, because it's cute, even if it's annoying as hell. And then, with these guys, it's like, they don't even care if she has a brain. It's like, she doesn't have to talk. She just got to look good, and they're fine. Make me a sandwich and look hot, but don't ask me for anything. Just, am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me, because this is just the way it looks like. Like I said, thank God I'm not in the dating field. I'll never be again. Even if something happened to my husband, I'm done. I'd be scared to death.
Well, at least she married, so I like her. She's cool. She cool. She don't seem like she's too much of a bitch. Well, no, let me not say that. I mean, well, let's be honest. 90% of women are. Anyway, she seemed pretty cool. Shout out to Grandma. You just don't want to catch any woman on their bad day, I'll say that. I don't give a fuck how cool she seemed on a vlog.
something happened to my husband, I'm done. I'd be scared to death. You know, you hear all these horror stories about dating, and it's like, I just want a friend. And that's what my husband was. He was a friend that turned into more. You know, I actually enjoy him. We can laugh together. We can laugh at the world together. We can cry together. We can, you know, support each other. And, you know, we go through periods where we barely even talk, not out of anger, because we're both so busy. We're living our lives and doing things. But I know some couples make their partner their life, you know, and I didn't want that. I have a life. I wanted a partner to share my life with, you know. I didn't want my partner to be my life, you know. That's kind of creepy, really, when you think about it. You know, I didn't want a stalker. I just wanted somebody that, you know, I could grow with and share with, and just he enriched my life, and hopefully I've enriched his. You know, that's what I think it should be about. Tell me what you guys think. I know I'm rambling on and on, but like I said, I was just frustrated after listening to all this. I was like, oh, it just made me feel old. I'm like, I'm just getting old because everything's pissing me off. And that's what happens when you get old. I'm just like, you know what? None of you guys can date. Just stop it. You're stupid. You guys need to be single. You need to be on your own. And then maybe if you're on your own for a few years and you realize it's not as much fun as you thought.
Do you have a bull ring in? Or is that a nose glasses holder? Like, never mind. I'd hang out with grandma. I don't even got the patience for this one. Yeah, I don't even got the patience for that one. I'm gonna get off here. Remember, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. And remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play an asshole on the internet. And I have never done anything remotely wrong my entire life. Ever. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I've never done anything remotely wrong in my life, ever.